After Lily Tino got criticism for going to Disney World and posting videos about private parts, she did it again. Now, after getting criticism from the first time she did this, she decided that she was going to do it again because, you know, it's funny to make people upset, I guess. But this time, there was a bigger issue within this situation. She was doing her normal cringe content, waiting for people to misgender her for views and clicks and money. Before we get into what she did that was horrible, we should cover what videos she made at Disney World. The first video was to mock people who are claiming that she's gonna get banned at Disney World, where she just walks in perfectly fine, which I do think she should be banned, as she is making very weird content that is catered towards children. And you could ask, how is it catered towards children? Well, when you're using objects like donuts and fucking cinnamon sticks or whatever the hell as a way to reference body parts, then that's clear that it's towards children. TikTok is open to literally anyone, and anyone can find that content, even really, really young children. I wouldn't have issues with the video if there was like an age limit, but that's not how TikTok works. Along with the fact that this motherfucker has an OF, okay? I link to this shit, it's disgusting. I don't even have words on how disgusting that is. You're using your platform that is a majority of children to also benefit on your OF. Like, I'm not gonna get too far into this. I could bring up more points, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to cover the fact that this motherfucker went to Disney World to teach children about transgender surgery. Lily Tino, you are not a teacher. You have no certificate to be a teacher. You didn't go to school to be a teacher. You're a TikToker who also has an OF. Your job is to make content based on trans things, not specifically trans surgery. And you know it's controversial, and that's why you keep doing it, because it gets you clicks, it gets you views. It's disgusting. Anyways, here is the first video.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by, where I talked about some things in Disneyland. A lot of y'all thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance about to try and get it, so let's see if that video really did get me banned. I paid for a hotel and the tickets, so it would be really unfortunate if that happened at this point. It's not a very long line to get in. Sweat on the brow. That's how I'm nervous. It's exciting. I love Disney World. Okay, so I just beep it here. Put the finger there. Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney.
No, you're not.
Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Y'all, I'm back. I'm back, baby. You can't keep me out of Disney. Marshmallow wands, cake pops. Let's go. I'm here.
I'm back at Disney World to teach children about stuff they shouldn't learn until they're later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit I be on right now. Not only is this disgusting, it's cringe as fuck. I don't know how else to characterize it, because it's cringe. It's weird. It's disgusting. The next video is of her at Disney World waiting to get misgendered at a Disney restaurant. And why even do this? Why go out of your way to record you eating to get misgendered so you can post it on TikTok? It's disgusting. You're doing it for clicks and views. You're doing it for money. It's very clear. People are going to mess up sometimes. People make mistakes. The best thing you could do is correct them and move on and not make it such a big deal, okay? That's how life works, okay? You're not supposed to take everything so goddamn serious to the point where you fucking crash out every time someone calls you a he. Now, my opinion on this situation is, if you purposely misgender her, then you are just as much as a scumbag. There is no need to do that shit. If you don't believe in that shit, then whatever. Don't fucking comment on her videos then. You interacting with her videos will make her pop up more on your For You page and piss you off even more, to the point where you just keep misgendering. It's go back and forth, right? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You don't need to be doing that. Anyways, here is the video.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave. Because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check, if that's
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works.
Sorry about what happened.
It's okay. I would love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too, so
You don't. Are you sure?
you're good. Yeah.
Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much.
that.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yes, people do expect you to just move on because it's not that big of a deal. You're turning something so simple, such a small incident, into something so massive that you leave a fucking restaurant over it. It's just cringe, and it's pathetic. As a human being, you're pathetic. The next video is just so weird and unneeded. She records herself going into the women's restroom to make a point. Like, that's so weird. Why are you recording yourself stating that you're gonna go to use the women's restroom? Who gives a fuck, okay? Why? You don't need to do that. I guess you're trying to trigger people, but like, it just makes no sense to state and record yourself going to the women's bathroom.
I've made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. No, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess, but I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
3 minutes later.
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall, I peed. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. I think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women, would recommend.
One, this just makes me think that you just go around to women's bathrooms reviewing how good they were. Like, that's just so fucking weird. Not only that, number two, you felt the need to explain that you pissed standing up. Like, why does that matter? Literally, why? At least she has the common sense to not record in the bathroom. Okay, guys? At least she has common sense. I don't know, it just feels so weird that she felt the need to announce to her whole TikTok that she's about to go take a piss. Like, nobody gives a fuck, okay? I guess you can make the argument some people care, but like, the one thing that could fix this entire thing is just getting gender-neutral bathrooms. With locks, okay? One at a time, you know that system? It works pretty well. Regardless of your stance on that, I don't really care. It's not my place to tell you what to think. The next video is of her explaining, you know, body part terms as a corn dog and how the surgery works that no child needs to know. At least from a TikToker who owns an OF. You know, I don't think children should be learning from an OF person, okay? Let's just make that very clear.
I think Disney's going to ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting. Now you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun, and I agree with you. I'm not looking forward to that recovery process. But know that this is not a decision that any of us take lightly. Our corn dogs do serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I just don't like having it. It's not me. I look at it in the mirror and it's like, ugh, can we do something about that? And it turns out we can. But until then, I am making the most of my final days with my corn dog. Farewell to this thing that has served me not very well, but is what I was born with. It did its duty. R.I.P. I'm blown.
It just makes me feel so uncomfortable of her talking about this thing like it's a weenie and then just eating it after. Like, that is so inappropriate, not what kids should be seeing. Like, that is so fucking gross and unneeded, okay? Anyways, to get into the one thing that I mentioned at the beginning, the one disgusting, really gross thing that is out of normal for her. This picture was taken of her where her skirt is just pulled up, dude. Like, no one wants to see that, especially at Disney World. Like, are we serious? Are we serious? You should know not to sit like that at all. Like, anyone should know not to sit like that if they're wearing something pretty revealing like a skirt. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to cover in this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you who stuck around and watched the whole video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. Make sure you have a great day, and see ya.